Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A federal judge has sentenced a former South Dakota priest to 5 years in prison for sex crimes. Marcin Garbach pleaded guilty in September to 1 count of illicit sexual conduct in a foreign place. He admitted to secretly shooting videos of a teenage boy in the shower in 2011 when he was assigned to a parish in faith.
According to his statement, Garbach brought a 17-year-old boy on a trip to Poland and they spent several nights in the same hotel rooms. He admitted to shooting 5 videos on his phone and then transferring them to his computer. Under the plea deal, 4 other charges were dropped, including possession of child pornography. Garbach is already serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from South Dakota parishes. Police are investigating reports of gunshots on the east side of Sioux Falls. It happened just after 3 o'clock Sunday morning in the 1500 block of East 10th Street. Police have not made any arrests yet.
There's no word on how many shots were fired or if any buildings were struck. Investigators are checking surveillance video in the area. We hope to learn more at this morning's police briefing. You can watch it live right here on KELOLAND.com starting at 10:30. With Sioux Falls elections just around the corner, we're introducing you to 3 candidates seeking the at-large B seat on the City Council.
In my daily job as a physician, I work closely with families to collaborate and is built on trust. And I just want Sioux Falls voters to know that they can trust me to be their advocate in City Council.
I'm not done yet. I had certain things that I wanted to do when I came on. They were pretty specific because of my vast experience, being first a prosecutor, then a city attorney, then a small business owner.
I bring a lot of experience to the table as it relates to tough things that need to be done. For example, at my work, I deal with a lot of tough projects, and I launch those tough projects.
There are also contests for the Southeast and Central districts on the City Council.
We'll take a closer look at those 2 races this week. Election Day is April 12th.
You'll also have a chance to get to know the candidates running for mayor of Sioux Falls. All 3 mayoral candidates will join KELOLAND Media Group for a debate on Tuesday, April 5th, starting at 8 p.m. Central Time.
The debate between incumbent Paul Tenhaken and challengers Sneeza Islam and David Zakaitis will be broadcast live on KELOLAND Television, Kelo Extra, and right here on our website.
Turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Munt. A slight cool down today, but feeling an awful lot like spring out there, Scott.
Oh, I think everybody knows what you mean. We are looking at warmer temperatures as we go through the work week. Numbers returning to the 50s and 60s for afternoon highs. This will happen with mostly dry conditions. Now, we do have better chances to see some precipitation. We'll have to wait until next week. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast for today in Sioux Falls. High temperature at 45, a northeast wind 15 to 30 miles per hour. Skies will eventually become partly sunny, but I think that will happen late today. Aberdeen and northeastern South Dakota, partly cloudy skies later this afternoon. A high temperature of 40. In central KELOLAND Pier, we'll have a high temperature of 50, a light northwest wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And western South Dakota, 53 degrees. Our forecast for Rapid City today as skies become mostly sunny. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thanks, Scott. This spring, 10 SDSU students will be learning overseas.
The study abroad class will give them a closer look at agriculture in South Africa by taking them there.
There's one thing to learn about like South African agriculture sitting in the classroom, and you can learn about some facts, you can learn about some data, all that sort of stuff. It's quite another thing to experience South African agriculture in person.
During their trip, students will travel to many different agriculture operations in South Africa, including a wild game farm. Starting today, Sioux Falls drivers will notice the first signs of work on a major road construction project on Minnesota Avenue. The outside northbound lane will be closed from 2nd Street to Bennett Street.
It's part of preparation for the North Minnesota Avenue Improvements Project. That work begins next week, with the first phase expected to be complete this summer. The overall project is scheduled to wrap up next year. The SDSU men and USC women learned where, when, and who they'll play in the NCAA tournament during last night's selection shows. The SDSU men earned the 13th seed in the Midwest region and will play Providence out in Buffalo, New York on Thursday. The game is set for 11:40 a.m. Central Time on True TV.
USD is a 10 seed in the women's tournament and will face Ole Miss out of the SEC in the first round. That game will be played in Waco, Texas on Friday. The SDSU women did not earn an at-large bid, but will play in the WNIT.
Meanwhile, the Augustana men are one win away from the D2 Elite 8. The Vikings advanced to the Sweet 16 with a 65-60 win over Upper Iowa.
Augie will play Northwest Missouri State in the region championship game tomorrow night at 7 at the Sanford Pentagon. This is the Vikings' first trip to the region finals since winning the national championship in 2016.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today. Well, this fast-moving system overnight moving into Minnesota today. Behind that, just a little cooler, a little bump in the road today on these temperatures. Tomorrow, we're back to southwest winds. That means sunshine, very nice temperatures, but also with that wind, there's an enhanced fire danger index here. As we look upon the grasslands of KELOLAND, I think that's something we're going to have to continue to watch. Even on Sunday, or I should say Wednesday, into the weekend, most of these temperatures still above normal. But Wednesday's a day where we could get a few sprinkles on the maps, western South Dakota, maybe a shower there in the Black Hills. Storm system moving south of us Thursday into Friday. I don't expect that to be much of an impact for us as we're pleasant on those temperatures Friday. And I think the weekend is going to warm up again with highs in the 50s and 60s. There is a storm system, if we look at early next week, coming into the southern Rockies. Now, of course, we've got a lot of time yet to sort through that one, but it looks like in last week it was showing some signs of life here, producing some showers and thunderstorms on the front side of it and some Rocky Mountain snow on the back side. We'll see what that can bring us. March, an important moisture month, and of course, we'll continue to watch that as the days unfold here. 42 today, Mitchell. Forecast Sioux Falls at 45, 50 degrees in Pierre. Lows tonight dropping back down in the 20s for many. And tomorrow, look at all the 60s on the map. Sioux Falls 62, Yankton nearing 70. And we're likely to be in the 60s again on Wednesday in Sioux Falls. Dry weather week ahead for Aberdeen, too. It looks like 60 on Wednesday. And days that are cooler only by a little bit. So really, for the most part, a very spring-like week. Pierre and Rapid also on track for those temperatures to be warmer. I do expect that front, though, on Wednesday could give us a little bit of rain shower activity in the Black Hills. Check out the latest details with our weather online at KELOLAND.com and have a great Monday.